So homas would be probably the most effective if you do it properly. Again, the most important thing is you have to have instruction. I go to Himalayas, probably been there for 30, 40 times, and she will give specific instruction. This time she said, you come to Gauri Kund, because that is the place I started the creation. I separated, told Shiva Bhagavan to go to Kailash and do the dissolutory function, and I will do the creative function. That must have taken thousands and thousands of years. Then she went to Gauri Kund, and I checked on the Gauri Kund. I have now been there. That place was hit by a meteorite long ago, probably billions of years ago. That place became a big lake. That is Gauri Kund. Very, very unique place. I have not been there. I was supposed to go there in this March. Day before the shutdown happened. So I realized she doesn't want me there. And if I had got there, I would have been in trouble because I won't be able to come back. Our priest, one of them got stuck like that. So she did not give me the information. By information I mean that day, which day I have to go, which tithi I have to do, what mantra, what tantric practice I have to do. All the information she will give. And she did not give it. Now I'm feeling it. When I do the prayogam, I get the inclination. She will give it. So I probably would go there in July, August time frame and do this ritual. What is the ritual? Pratiniti Yatra. I have done it 30 to 35 times. Each time it is for you. I go there on your behalf and do this specific function. It's not just go in Himalayas and go to a temple. No. It's a specific place, and many of the places were not even temples, but great souls have meditated there. So she will identify it and say, you go and this day, this night you do this ritual for my children. Who are they? You. Because you are destined to experience her and explore her. That's your privilege. So take advantage of it. Even now, she is building a great temple. You have not seen it behind. You'll see her in 3.5 months. I hope I do at least her Sannidhanam by September, so that we can do Navaratri. So Ganesha, Kartikeya and Mahamaya aspect hopefully will be done in 3.5 months. But other Sannidhanams she has identified are very unique. Many of them I have not even heard about them. 33 different Sannidhanams in that temple. How can anyone imagine it? Many of them I don't even know them. So she is specific. The reason is one of them will be your Kuladeva. I don't know which one that is. Your Atma will be connected to that particular deity. So 33 Sannidhanams she will build. I'm saying she because many of them I don't even know. Even the Drishtipiram down here, there will be 14 cosmic aspects. Many of them I have not even heard of them, like Munishwara, very intense, close to us. When I say close to us, close to humans. They're very intense and they are very protective. The highest form is Mahamaya. She is trillion times vibratory. You may not be able to relate. We may not be able to relate to her. But the ones closest to us, Virabhadra, Munishwara, Muniyam, all those energies are very important and we don't think about them. So she made sure we build a Shakti Peedam and have those 14 aspects, the intense aspect, which are very protective for us and to the world. And we will do them. All this will be done in a year and a half. But Mother Sannidhanam, we hope to have it by end of September. So October 6th will be annual ceremony. We will do that there with her. Is it time? So you got some more time. Okay. So today think of Sridhar Guruji who installed, and think of this episode and think of how kind she is to plan that, visiting the 3 Narasimha temple on one 24-hour period. I don't remember the tithi. And then see this Siddha who is closely connected to Narasimha. Even Sridhar Guruji is very closely connected to Narasimha. He does wonderful homa. You will invite him now. So on this day, we have all this going on, and I want you to know it's a special day. On this day, we had the blessing to do the Abhishek. Abhishekams are important. Next to Homa, most important ritual would be Abhishekam. The reason is we use all the ahutis. You saw all the ahutis. It's symbolic of our love, our reverence, our bhakti. We are offering. That's all we can do. We are offering with full of those emotions. So we do Abhishekam with that emotion. So Abhishekam means you are engulfing her and she engulfs you back. That's why Abhishekams are very important. And you saw how many ahutis we used. We used them all. Again, these are all symbolic, but they're meaningful. Okay, essentially it's a connection between the Atman and Paramatman. You show it in different ways. You do an act of kindness to any to animal, human, whatever. That is a divine act because the cosmic energy is pleased. I'll give you one example. It happened in Coimbatore. I went to meet Siddha, wonderful Siddha, and he introduced me to Balai aspect. Balai aspect is very important. Bala Triprasundari is very, very intense. And he introduced me to it. Yeah, I was going to see him. On the way, I saw this old lady. She was kyphotic. You know what kyphosis means? Kuni. They call them kuni. She was all bent up. She was sitting there. She was begging. So I told the taxi driver, I passed. Then I saw, and she was sitting there. So I told him, go back. So I gave a few thousand rupees. I put it in the thing. I left. I didn't even remember. It's a simple act. She tells me that night, you made that soul happiest she has ever been in her life. But now she doesn't have to beg for the next month. So you have taken care of her. The reason I'm saying how closely they monitor you, both good and bad, you are monitored. So the story of Chitragupta keeping account, trust me, they are true. He's a cosmic. Chitragupta, Niyama, they're all cosmic beings. They don't have the human body like us, but they exist. Those cosmic aspects exist. There are millions of them. In our temple, there's so many Yakshinis, Mohinis, Vidyadharas, Gandharvas in our temple. They congregate here because of Mother. They know this is her house. She is building for her devotees, us. So they congregate. So the fringe benefit for us is you'll be able to connect. Some of you I know personally, the Kundalini is active, and you talk to them. You see things which are not visible. You communicate with them. You hear them. You talk to them. Once the Kundalini wakes up and goes to higher level, Kundalini is awake in all human. Otherwise, he won't be human. But in you, it will be much, much active because you are a devotee. She has invited you. You come and did the Abhishekam. So obviously, you are a higher being. By higher, I mean higher vibratory being. So you will be able to communicate with them. And that is our blessing. And today, doing the Abhishekam on this day and knowing the background, how kindly she has done it for us, how logically she has done it. Because she said, anyone who comes, I will give them my grace, the maximum. But they have to consume it. And the consumption is for them to do. To do that, you have to know the gnosis, understand what you're doing, who you are invoking, what ritual you are doing. The gnosis, the more you understand, the more you receive it. But ultimately, pure bhakti, even if you don't know anything, you don't know mantra, you don't know tantra, you don't have any yantra, doesn't matter. The pure love, the pure affection, that would overcome whatever ignorance we have. Ignorance to reality is not ignorant. We are different level of evolution. So we are all either Gnostic or ignorant, depending on relativity, how much you know or how little we know. That's relative. But we like to, that's why I share these experiences with you, because once you hear that, you go, I'm looking at baby Krishna, because there's a wonderful guru in Vrindavan. He is here, but not in physical body. He was a Jagat Guru Purushottam Goswami. He is very actively present. His son, they have a big ashram in Vrindavan. His son is the Maharajji in that place. He comes. He passed away from earth about 5 years ago. I thought of him because I looked at baby Krishna there. So when he invited me 30 years ago, Every Kumbh Mela you will take me to Prayag and invoke those cosmic energy early morning in Prayag. And that was my introduction. 3 times, 3 Kumbh Mela. That means I've been with him for 12 years each time. And one of the time he gave me that because that was given to his forefathers, Goswamis, Chaitanya. They're all descendants from Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, 500 years, 600 years ago. And that was a deity in that temple, Radharamana temple. And so I just thought of it when I saw him. And he gave the portrait to us. That is baby Krishna, Krishna's portrait. Many, many miraculous things have happened in this temple. And what it tells me is, it tells me you people are special. You have been wanting her, and she made sure she will build a house of her, and you will come, and you will take her. You will consume her. You will explore her. You will experience her. That is decision made probably at the time of creation. How long ago? Earth 4.5 billion years ago. So time doesn't have meaning. Once you leave the mind, body, intellect complex, time doesn't have the same meaning because we're in a different loka, different connection and different way of keeping track of time. So all this happened in a very special place, and that temple, once it's completed, will be the most magnificent temple you have ever seen, because she has planned it with the special Sannidhanam, 33 of them, and 14 of this Drishtipeetham cosmic energies. They're all very intense energy. And when we build it the way she has decided, I have to tell you, the Rajagopram we have, that was designed by her. She wanted her aspects, many of aspects to be there. So that is a very unique Rajagopram. I couldn't have thought of many of them. I don't even know which cosmic energy. I know the name because she has described it to me. Before that I wouldn't have known. 560 aspects of her are in the Rajagopram. She said the world is going to go through major crises, and I want my aspect to be there. So when they come, they will look up and they will think of me, and my aspects will think of them. So when you come, at least look up and think of all the cosmic energy, millions of them. And we have the intense aspect of 560 of them in the Rajagopram. Very unique. There's no Rajagopram. I'll give you another trivia. Ambani's uncle came to our Stapati. He has been here once. His uncle, not Ambani. He wanted a place built in Bombay. He wanted that to be a reproduction of what we do here. Our Stapati, some of you have met him, our Stapati. Wonderful soul. He became very unique after he started construction. And he told him, I cannot do that. So naturally that man was upset. He said, we will give you any amount, 100 crores we'll give you the best place in Bombay to build it. So what is the problem? And he was very simple. He said, I cannot do that. Then I heard the story. I said, did you tell him why he cannot do it? He is a man. He's worth about 20 billion, I think. He's the richest man in India. He's willing to give any amount you want, and is willing to give the most best place in Bombay to build it. And you are telling him you cannot or you won't. He said both. I cannot and I won't. Then I said, and of course that man was very upset. He went back and told him, this man is an arrogant man, he won't do it. Then I told him, tell the truth, be kind. Why you cannot do it? The story is this. When she came and said you start building, she said you have to invoke Vishwakarma. Vishwakarma is cosmic architect. So a special mantra was given. I don't remember the mantra. Every bija of that mantra is gone. After that special homa, we invited the Stapatis and Shilpis. They all came. It's a wonderful homa. And that's gone. I cannot even remember one bija of that mantra she gave to invoke Vishwakarma. Vishwakarma is a cosmic architect. So I told him, tell him why you cannot do it. Because who is going to hire Vishwakarma to come and do it? You cannot hire him. He's a cosmic. He's a divine being. Only mother can have him. Only she can tell him, go to this group. They need you. So go and do the whatever you need to do. build a temple with the cosmic aspect so that I and my aspects, billions of them, can go transcend down. It's all transcendent from 1 to trillion. She was all alone, pure cosmic consciousness, undivided. Then she said, why can't I create and experience? That means she's experiencing her through us. So we have to do our best to be pure as possible. The purity is ultimately important. Ultimate thing, the spanda, the vibration, that's the first, before the nada came, spanda was the first act. She decided to create, she started oscillating, and that's spanda. That created nada. The nada created intense heat, trillion degrees, intense heat. And then 300,000 years later, it cooled down to billions and billions degrees. And that time light came and we can see. The first 300,000 years we don't know what happened because no light escaped. So we don't know. It is a cosmic swoop. And after 300,000 years, when light started coming, the galaxies formed, then the solar system formed. And we are truly divine beings because we are third generation of the galaxies, our sun. And we came from that. We are all one family, one cloud in our solar system. There are billions and billions of them in our galaxy. In one galaxy, that many billions, there are billions and billions of galaxies. And she just thinks and creates. And people ask me, are they ETs? Do they exist? You know, ETs, extraterrestrial. I said, must be. If you go to a desert and see a house, you can assume there was someone who's living there, who built it. Otherwise, it won't be there. So if she has built that many universes, that many galaxies, now they say many universes, parallel universes, there must be a reason. So there must be life form, trillion of them. And for them, she creates many galaxies, many solar systems, and we happen to be in Milky Way. Actually, Milky Way is a small galaxy. Our next neighbor, Andromeda, is 2-3 times bigger than Milky Way. Who lives there? Somebody lives there. They're all cosmic beings. They may not have a body, mind like us. They may be higher forms. I use the word vibratory energy, higher forms, and different vibratory energy. But they are also evolving. They're all going towards Mother to explore and experience a different level of transcendence. And we are, in this earth, we are the highest form as humans. There are so many, and Earth is really a small planet. But even Mars, they are finding there are underground rivers, not in the surface. So there must have been civilizations which came and went many millions of years ago, and they are gone. Even our own civilization, they say all the things we have, there are 1/1000th of fossils. 1/1000th of fossils only we have detected. That means so much is there. We have not even seen them. I'm talking about just this earth and just this yuga. There's one small yuga. The other yugas must have existed 100,000 years, 200,000 years, 300,000 years. They must have. And how we are in the final aspect, 5,000 years for Kali Yuga. It will go on for another 100,000, 150,000. Then it will stop and the vibration will go back to the origin. But the spanda, she said, always exists. Even when everything stops and you think creation, pralaya, everything became subatomic, imperceptible energy. I exist as spanda. I quiet and then I come back after a period of time, must be millions of years. I come back and the recreation starts. That drama goes on. Right? Okay. I think I'll stop here. I think I shared you enough trivia. I said trivia. They're not really trivia because they're very interesting to know who you are, why you are here, and what privilege she has given us. You are the recipient of the privilege. When I go to Himalayas, to Gauri Kund in the next few months, you will be there, even though you don't even know that place. But she has given the mantra, tantra, and yantra. That connects you, your soul, with that, even though you may not know. You may not know when I'm going. But when I go and come back, I usually relate some of the experiences. And I will go there, I will do it, and you will be there. But perception is for you. So remember, you have to receive her. How? Pure love, pure affection, pure reverence. Take it. And she has done so much. Usually humans build temples to divine. Here, she is building for us. What a lucky is the ordinary phrase. How privileged we are to be a participant in her act of kindness, and the privilege to be there. So we are very blessed, we are very special, and on this day, think of Lakshmi Narasimha. And when you go to bed tonight, think of these episodes and what kindness she is showing us, and receive her. Thank you.
Thank you, Doctor.